So we just have to watch this?
Well,
Newcastle are making moves in a transfer window that Eddie Howe sees as defining. Today we have game-changing important updates. From a David Ornstein exclusive on Michael Olise's potential move to Newcastle United, to Fabrizio Romano's massive update on Conor Gallagher amid Newcastle United links, to Sky Sports dropping a late transfer twist as Newcastle could now lose Lloyd Kelly to European giants.
Oh shit, here we go again.
But don't worry, there is some good news to the story. Plus, we'll also reveal Alexander Isak's huge statement that changes everything. Join us as we uncover the latest Newcastle United news. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because you won't want to miss a single moment of this incredible journey.
let's go.
Starting off in some recent developments, Lloyd Kelly's departure from Bournemouth has been officially confirmed by Bournemouth. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano then went on to report that the defender is set to join Newcastle United at the beginning of July. However, Sky Sports have indicated that a full agreement has not yet been reached, with rival interest from Roma and Atletico Madrid potentially complicating the deal. Sky Sports' Dharmesh Sheth emphasized that while discussions are at an advanced stage, the deal is not finalized yet. This has left Newcastle fans hopeful but wary, especially in light of recent disappointments like Chelsea's successful hijack of Tosin Adarabioyo from under their noses last week. Despite the uncertainty, Fabrizio Romano has doubled down, stating that Kelly will become a Newcastle player at the beginning of July, with no doubts or changes to the deal. While also according to iNews and various reports, Kelly is enthusiastic about the prospect of working with Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe again. It was Howe who brought Kelly to Bournemouth 5 years ago, signing him from Bristol City for £13 million. The Newcastle United manager recognized Kelly's potential and viewed him as an outstanding player who had the scope to improve even further. The reports suggest that a deal for Kelly's transfer to Newcastle does not seem too far away, with just a few minor details left to be agreed upon before the transfer can be completed. However, it is clear that Kelly is leaving Bournemouth, with the Cherries announcing his departure when his contract expires on June 30th. Kelly's previous relationship with Howe could help him enjoy a fast start to his Newcastle United career. Howe is known for his high expectations, both tactically and physically, and some players have struggled to adapt to his demands, as evidenced by Lewis Hall's tough start to life at Newcastle. However, Kelly might be in a good position to hit the ground running, as he is already a player Howe trusts and has worked with in the past, as Kelly understands Howe's methods and what the manager expects from his players. Although most of Howe's signings need a settling-in period, Kelly could potentially avoid this and make an immediate impact at Newcastle United. Then moving on, ahead of the highly anticipated 2024-25 Premier League season, Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe is working tirelessly to strengthen his squad and bolster the Magpies' chances of once again securing a coveted spot in the Champions League. The Tyneside club is determined to build on their impressive performance in the previous campaign, where they narrowly missed out on European football altogether after Manchester United's FA Cup triumph against Manchester City. Newcastle were plagued by a spate of injuries throughout the 2023-24 season, a factor that ultimately denied them a return to the continental stage. However, the club's failure to secure European qualification could prove to be a blessing in disguise, as it will lead to a more manageable fixture congestion that could help prevent a repeat of the injury woes that ruined their aspirations over the last 12 months. The fitness problems have highlighted the need for Howe to address the squad's depth, particularly in the forward line, despite the impressive individual contributions of Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon. Isak's tally of 21 Premier League goals in the previous campaign underscored his importance to the team, while Gordon's achievement of double-figure goals and assists for the first time in his professional career demonstrated his continued development. Nevertheless, the reports suggest that the Magpies desperately require one more attacking addition to complete their already formidable front line. In their pursuit of reinforcements, Newcastle have identified Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams as a prime target, with the club facing competition from fellow Premier League side Liverpool for the 21-year-old's signature. The young right winger has caught the eye in La Liga in recent seasons, and his performances reached new heights in 2023-24, as he registered 5 goals and 12 assists, a tally that has further piqued the interest of the Magpies recruitment team. The report highlights that Williams' release clause of £43 million could represent excellent value for money, especially given the considerable inflation in player prices witnessed over the past few years. Furthermore, the potential departure of Miguel Almiron this summer could provide the necessary funds to facilitate a move for the talented Spaniard, who has been tipped as the perfect player to complete Howe's attacking trident. When comparing the statistics of Williams and the ever-impressive Anthony Gordon from the previous season, the report notes that the duo have produced remarkably similar numbers. While Gordon has played slightly more games and contributed to a greater number of combined goals and assists, Williams has averaged more assists per 90 minutes based on his league appearances. Additionally, the Athletic Bilbao winger has outperformed Gordon in metrics such as successful take-ons and progressive carries, attributes that could make him an ideal fit for the right-hand side of Newcastle's attack. The acquisition of Nico Williams would undoubtedly bolster Newcastle's attacking options and provide Howe with additional depth and versatility as the club embarks on their quest to secure a return to the Champions League. With the signing of the 21-year-old potentially representing a Gordon 2.0 scenario, the Magpie supporters will eagerly anticipate the developments in the upcoming transfer window and the team's preparations for the 2024-25 Premier League campaign. Then renowned football journalist Fabrizio Romano has provided an update on the ongoing saga surrounding Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher. The talented 24-year-old England international has been linked with a potential move away from Stamford Bridge, with several Premier League clubs reportedly vying for his signature. According to Romano's latest report, Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur, and Newcastle United are among the teams said to be interested in acquiring Gallagher's services. The transfer expert has stressed that the race for the midfielder remains wide open, with interest and initial contacts from various clubs, but no decision has been made yet by Chelsea. Another story to watch with Chelsea, as David Ornstein reported, is that Aston Villa are showing interest in Conor Gallagher, wrote Romano. I'm told there are also other clubs, so it remains an open situation, but at the moment nothing is close or imminent. It's about interest and initial contacts, but no decision has been made yet on Chelsea's side. Romano's update suggests that the situation surrounding Gallagher's future is still fluid, with no imminent or advanced negotiations taking place at this stage. The Chelsea player, who has captained the club and is also part of the England national team setup, has been described by former Arsenal player Paul Merson as one of their most consistent and best players in recent times. The fact that Chelsea appears willing to part ways with Gallagher has sparked speculation, as his sale would be considered pure profit for the club in terms of financial fair play and sustainability rules. However, the Premier League giants' willingness to potentially sell the highly rated midfielder has left the door open for Aston Villa, Tottenham, and Newcastle to make their move in the upcoming transfer window. As the summer transfer period approaches, the battle for Conor Gallagher's signature is expected to intensify, with the three aforementioned clubs all keen to secure the services of one of the Premier League's top young talents. The outcome of this transfer saga will be closely watched by football fans and analysts alike. Then in other developments, Newcastle United are interested in signing Michael Olise, the Crystal Palace youngster, but that does not necessarily mean they will be able to secure his signature. Olise is a highly sought-after player, with Newcastle United being one of multiple clubs keen to add him to their squad. The report indicates that the Magpies are interested in Olise as they look to sign a marquee right winger to help take Eddie Howe's team to the next level. The prospect of Olise linking up with Anthony Gordon and Alexander Isak is described as tantalizing. However, Newcastle United are not the only club interested in Olise, as Manchester United and Chelsea are also keen on the player. This means that Newcastle may face significant competition in their pursuit of the Crystal Palace youngster. According to The Athletic's David Ornstein, Olise is seen as one to watch during this summer's transfer window. Ornstein has provided more depth on Olise's future, suggesting that the player may be looking to join a Champions League club after his time at Crystal Palace. Ornstein stated that there is a feeling around that Olise should be aiming as high as possible in his next move, and that Champions League football is seen as the next logical step for the player. While Ornstein did not rule out a really exciting project at a non-Champions League club, he suggested that Olise would likely be looking to join a team that can offer him the chance to challenge for and win the biggest trophies in world football. Given Ornstein's comments, it appears that a move to Newcastle United might not be the most appealing option for Olise at this stage of his career. The report suggests that it would take a really special offer for Newcastle to tempt the player to St James's Park, as the club's inability to offer Champions League football could be a significant barrier. The report notes that this is a concern for Newcastle, as attracting major names to the Northeast can be challenging without the lure of European football. Unless the Toon project under PIF is enough to convince Olise, the report suggests that it is unlikely he will join Newcastle this summer. Speaking on the Athletics YouTube channel, and explained why a move to a Champions League club might be on the agenda for a player with an extremely high ceiling, saying, "This is somebody that there's a feeling around should be aiming as high as possible," he said. "I've always been led to believe that Champions League would be the step he would take after Crystal Palace. That's not ruling out a really exciting project. Say he holds talks with Manchester United, and he really likes what he hears, and the numbers are right, and it all adds up, then maybe something does happen there. But you need to know with Michael Olise that if Champions League teams are in the frame and he is going to leave what is a really stable and exciting project at Crystal Palace, then you would imagine he would be looking for the step that's really going to allow him to challenge for and win the biggest trophies in world football. So while Olise would be a significant improvement on the club's current right-wing options, such as Miguel Almiron and Jacob Murphy, the report indicates that he may be out of reach for the Magpies due to his apparent preference for a Champions League club. Then there has been a massive bombshell dropped by Sky Sports News.
Take a look.
Welcome back to Lunchtime Live. Some breaking news to bring you. 6 Premier League clubs face having to sell players before the end of June in order to comply with profit and sustainability rules. Sky Sports News understands that Chelsea, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Everton, Nottingham Forest and Leicester are all under the pressure of losing a key asset or two before the changeover into the new financial year. The magic sum that each club needs to recoup is a closely guarded secret, but the situations they find themselves in is leading towards a mini transfer deadline day on June the 30th. The transfer window opens next Friday. The starting date of Euro 2024 and brokering deals for international players looks inevitable.
With this report, HITC has exclusively reported that Newcastle United may consider selling Kieran Trippier if the experienced defender pushes for a move away from the club. The Premier League stalwart has been a key figure for the Magpies since joining the club in a £12 million deal from Atletico Madrid in January 2022. Trippier's performances have been instrumental to Newcastle's success, with manager Eddie Howe praising the right-back's absolutely outstanding displays last season. However, the report suggests that the Tyneside outfit may be willing to part ways with Trippier if he expresses a desire to leave, despite their preference to retain the services of the 32-year-old. This comes amid continued interest from German giants Bayern Munich, who were unable to reach an agreement with Newcastle to sign the player in the January transfer window. Bayern had agreed deals to sign Trippier's former Tottenham Hotspur teammates, Harry Kane and Eric Dyer, and the Bundesliga champions remain keen on adding the Newcastle defender to their squad. While the Magpies had previously demanded a £20 million fee for Trippier, the report indicates that they may now be more open to negotiating a transfer if the player pushes for a move. Replacing Trippier's vast experience and technical quality would be a significant challenge for Newcastle, even with their considerable resources. The right-back's 10 Premier League assists in the 2023-24 season were bettered only by Chelsea's Cole Palmer and Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins, highlighting his importance to the team. The development will be closely monitored by Newcastle supporters, who will hope the club can retain the services of one of their standout performers from the previous campaign. However, the potential opportunity to cash in on Trippier, should he desire a new challenge, may be a consideration for the club's hierarchy. On the other hand, Swedish striker Alexander Isak has addressed the ongoing transfer speculation surrounding his future, amid reported interest from Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur. The 24-year-old forward has emerged as a highly sought-after player after an impressive 2022-23 campaign. Isak scored 25 goals in all competitions for the Magpies, including 21 in the Premier League, drawing the attention of several of Newcastle's top-flight rivals. Despite the reported interest from Arsenal and Tottenham, 2 of the North London clubs expected to strengthen their attacking options in the upcoming transfer window, Isak has pledged his allegiance to Newcastle. The Swedish international has made it clear that he is really happy at St James's Park and has not considered a summer move away from the club. I'm really, really happy at Newcastle. I had my best season of my career. You can't underestimate that. I love everything. The club, the fans, the city. I have no thoughts of moving. I'm having a great time and I'm very happy with my life, Isak said. Isak's comments come as a boost to Newcastle, who failed to secure European qualification for the 2023-24 season after their Champions League ambitions fell short in the previous campaign. The forward's decision to commit his future to the Magpies will be welcomed by the club's supporters as they look to build on the progress made under Eddie Howe's management. While Arsenal and Tottenham were reportedly interested in securing Isak's services, the player's unwavering loyalty to Newcastle suggests that the Premier League rivals may have to look elsewhere to bolster their attacking lines. Isak's decision to remain on Tyneside could be seen as a significant coup for the Magpies, as they aim to continue their upward trajectory in the English top flight. Then finally, if you want to know about the €41 million bid Newcastle have recently submitted for exciting talent, or the incredible rise of Alexander, click one of the video links on screen now.